Hey guys, welcome to our 2017 December edition of our online newsletter. A few things to cover this month, the first being Tester Shadow. He won the Group 3 Festival Stakes over 1500 metres, so we'll touch on that. Also, we've got a horse to follow for you. This particular horse is a nice miler in the making, and he looks like he's going to work through his grades nicely. And of course, we've got the sales coming up in January, the yearling sales. Our buying season begins, and the Magic Millions meeting attached to that, of course. We've been fortunate enough to be a part of that for the past few years now, and it looks like we may have yet another runner for a fourth year running. So we'll get to that. But first, Tester Shadow. Well, what a marvel this horse has proven to be. He lined up 2 weeks prior to the Festival Stakes at Rosehill over 1400 metres in an open handicap, and first up is usually pretty good. You know, he won the $1 million Magic Millions Cup over 1400 metres first up last preparation, so going into this race we did expect him to give a good showing. However, there was no excuse. He performed below par. Could be the fact that he's a 6-year-old now and just takes a little more racing to get fit. But come the big day, 2 weeks after that first up run, when he lined up in the Group 3 Festival Stakes over 1500 metres, he showed, you know, what sort of qualities make him a special horse. His toughness, his tenacity, and just he knows where the line is. It was a very exciting race, and this is how it all went down at Rosehill.
Wins, the lights on. We're all set, the racing, and missing the start. Federal has been well back today, so it's back towards the rear with Sal Sonic. Favourite Cabeza de Vaca first out from Good Project, and Moa quickly into stride will settle in third, followed by Mighty Lucky and Tester Shadow fifth the outside. Then the Irish import Mr. Seawolf, a half further back to Federal. Red Excitement snagged back again today to second last, and Sal Sonic last about 8-9 lengths off the leader as King goes forward and Cabeza de Vaca, and the favourite leads at the 1000 metres with Good Project up on the outside. 2 further back to the course specialist Moa third, a length off to Mighty Lucky, a half the outside to Tester Shadow, then Mr. Seawolf from Federal, and the last 2, Red Excitement and South Sonic. It'd still be the best part at 9 lengths off the lead. Cabeza de Vaca shooting for 6 in a row today, going along at a strong speed in front with Good Project doing the chasing on a long rein. 2.5 further back to Moa, 2 off to Mighty Lucky. Tester Shadow's come off the bridle, it's staying off the tracks, and Mr. Seawolf is pushing through the centre trying to pick up ground, and further back to Federal as they turn. Cabeza de Vaca swings in front on the bridle. Good Project can't hack it anymore. Then came Moa, Tester Shadow, Mr. Seawolf going between runners, and Mighty Lucky starting to pick up. Cabeza de Vaca 200 out, a length and a half clear. Tester Shadow, Mr. Seawolf, Mighty Lucky down the outside as Red Excitement. Tester Shadow takes the lead. Red Excitement, Mr. Seawolf, Tester Shadow, Mr. Seawolf, Tester Shadow, photo, Tester Shadow, Mr. Seawolf. The Wolf made a last dive, and I'll stay out for the moment. Red Excitement third, then Mighty Lucky. Further back to Moa, Federal, South Sonic, Cabeza de Vaca, the favourite stopped late. Good Project stopped with it. Now, Tester Shadow, it might have just held on here, but Mr. Seawolf has dropped its nose right on the line. Tester Shadow was going to win it by about a short half head, and Mr. Seawolf's dropped its nose down. We'll stand by for the result. We're looking at a slow motion replay there. If you're gambling on the photo finish, you'd go Tester Shadow. Stand by for the result. Judge about to post the numbers here.
So as you can see, he won in typical Tester Shadow fashion, gave all his owners a heart attack, but he got there in the end. He paid 20 to 1 that particular day. From here, he goes to the Group 2 Villiers Stakes at Randwick over 1600 metres. He's fit and he's ready to go, so we expect him to be just as hard to beat on that particular day. But a big congratulations goes out to his owners, the stable, importantly, for get this horse ready and having him bounce back from that poor first up display to come back and win as he did. This horse was a $50,000 purchase for us here at Elite Thoroughbreds, and he's now amassed over $1.37 million for his owners. So they're having the ride of their life, and I'm sure come the Villiers next week, he's going to be right there in the finish, all going accordingly. So be sure to follow Tester Shadow at Randwick next week. As far as our horse to follow goes, this particular horse, it's all quite new to him. We have to show a lot of patience with this fellow. He's now a 4-year-old. He's by Sebring out of Princess Gemma. Looks like a really nice miler in the making. He's very inexperienced. He's only had one lifetime trial, which followed by his first up run over the unsuitable 1,000 metres, where he finished off really well. He then stepped up to the 1,280 metre trip, where he was probably unlucky not to win on protest. You'll see in the replay he was interfered with quite badly. However, it was dismissed to our surprise. But in saying that, he looks like he's going to win plenty of races. Once he steps up to that 1,400 and 1,600 metres, this is only his second lifetime start rather. And looking at the way he hits the line here, I'm sure he's going to win his fair share of races and work through the grades real nicely. So this is Bring a Gem by Sebring out of Princess Gemma over the 1,280 metre journey.
And away very nicely from the inside was Bring a Gem. Buffy's going fast and pushing forward there is Bell Swiper. And just off the pace then was Rise Me Up as a Fox makes ground. A Boy Named Sue's up running second. Explosive Missile, the favourite. Midfield, the inside. A length and a quarter further back to Given to Fly. A half length further back to Woodbine Miss. 3 to Painted Flowers and 2 last of all to Red Pegasus. Buffy showing plenty of pace at the 800. A lead by a length to A Boy Named Sue. Bell Swiper runs third the inside. A length and a quarter to Bring a Gem. Followed by Rise Me Up as a Fox. The big fellows out wide. Explosive Missile's a fair way off them. Back along the inside. Being followed by Given to Fly. Woodbine misses between runners and 2 lengths further back to Painted Flowers and Red Pegasus. With around 500 to go and Buffy giving them something to chase. There's 2.5 in front here of Bring a Gems. A Fox the outside from A Boy Named Sue. Explosive Missile has plenty of work to do. Is starting to get mobile in the centre. Woodbine Miss down the outside. Buffy by 2 to Bring a Gem. Explosive Missile starting to warm up closer to the inside. And then Woodbine Miss, but it's Buffy in front of Bring a Gem. Woodbine Miss the outside. Buffy's a bit green. It's about a length in front of Bring a Gem. Coming late on the outside, but Buffy has beaten Bring a Gem. Woodbine Miss third, followed by a Fox. Explosive Missile never got into the race. Followed by Rise Me Up, a gap to Given to Fly, Red Pegasus. Further back to Painted Flowers, a gap to A Boy Named Sue. And Bell Swiper's finished at the tail. So Buffy well backed on the fixed odds. Deanne Pena for Gary Portelli. A race-to-race double for rider and trainer has beaten Bring a Gem, also from the Gary Portelli stable. So great result for the G Portelli stable, with Buffy paying $6 in New South Wales on the tote. And Woodbine Miss.
So you see there how that particular horse hit the line, and looks like he's screaming out for further. He's got a nice big finish on him. He's a big horse, beautiful horse, looks exactly like Sebring. And, he is sure to be a horse to follow. He's going to work through his grades really nicely, and I think he's got a bright future ahead for his owners and himself. Now, coming up to this time of year, we're always preparing for the sales. The catalogues start coming out, and we start flipping through and seeing what what's up for sale and what's going through auction over the coming few months. The first sale of the year, of course, is the January Magic Millions sale. We've had a lot of success out of that sale. Horses like Straturbo and Tessa Shadow have all come out of that particular sale. And we'll be heading up there again for the sale. It is hard to buy from nowadays. I mean, given you want to buy the right type of horse and kind of put pedigree second behind type, you'd rather come home with a nice athletic looking horse than something with the pedigree, but just simply doesn't have those physical attributes you're looking for. You need what is considered out of a syndicator's budget to get the best of both worlds at the Magic Millions these days. But there are those particular horses that slip through the cracks, ones that the so-called experts miss. They're the ones we've had success with in the past, so we will be there looking through every horse that comes through. And of course, there is the Magic Millions race day on the Saturday. At this stage, Test the Shadow may have a freshen up after the Villiers and then go into the Magic Millions Cup over 1,400 metres there. He did win it this year in January. It's quite difficult for a horse to go back and win a race of this calibre twice in a row. He will be carrying more weight now. He's got a rating of 104, I believe. So his rating is right up there. But in saying that, every time we think he's out of his depth, he steps up. So, Test the Shadow may well give us our a runner for the 4th year running at the Magic Millions race day. We've had great success there over the 3 years. The first year we had Straturbo win the Magic Millions Sprint, and Test the Shadow finished second in the 3-year-old Guineas race. And of course, this year we had Test the Shadow win the Magic Millions Cup. So we're hoping for a repeat there. But that's all we got time for today. Be sure to keep checking in with our social media and website with regards to our movements at the sale. If you're interested in seeing what we do purchase, feel free to leave an inquiry on our website or through our social media pages, and we'll put you on the database, and that'll keep you up to date as to how we're going at these sales. But until next time, we'll see you then.